I just thought of this episode. Somehow, I wouldn't really call it 100% of a mistake, because it's not a bad behavior, but maybe a misunderstanding where, as human beings, you just misunderstand how God does things, because we're so used to other ways and other times in life that He does the opposite. He puts good intentions into your heart that He's going to help you get something, some sort of blessing. And you do what's logical to your nature that He created you with. You plan, right? You just kind of plan, just like if someone was planning a graduation party like that. You plan where you're going to rent that venue, the food, etc. It's like that. You plan. There's nothing wrong with that. The only thing wrong in this case that my mind just is trying to tell me to still share it on the episode is the alcohol and all the bad stuff you could do, obviously, and all the ways males and females can mix inappropriately like that. Other than those sins humans can do, it's just a normal, healthy, decent time that, right, humans come together and just celebrate someone maybe graduating academically or people getting married, etc. And again, that marriage is the normal one, since every terminology that's supposed to stay within the moral section has now been taken by evil. It takes that word and gives it what it wants to identify with. So I have to keep reminding you. Okay, so let's say maybe you're moving into a new house. Maybe that one. The people still can bring alcohol to that too. See, this is why it's so hard for me to just talk to people who are non-Muslim, because you guys have so much sin in the in the daily basic day-to-day parts of your lives that it's hard for me to say any word like party, because I know what's gonna come to your mind, all the evil things that you guys add to that word, what pops up in your head like a club or bar, those disgusting places. It's really hard to just talk, just tell you what I want to share. So yeah, morality is so corrupted that you can't even just say a word anymore. You have to explain what it means, because everything has been taken and give it a disgusting meaning. So right when you're planning something positive, something moral, right, since God is the one that instills in us to do good, obviously you're just gonna think, okay, He's guiding me to know that this is something He wants me to have, right? Some sort of blessing, etc. So you plan ahead. There's nothing wrong with that, but the ones that you would say, if you observe it, it doesn't come easily, right? It's not the next day, but God is guiding you to it. You've prayed and prayed and prayed, and He's still guiding you to it. Something's not happening to push you away, because that's what He would do to help you. Again, demons can still try to pull you to things that are from them, even if you pray to God for a long time, because you have to get the point, You could be making yourself attached to it, even if God is showing you red flags. So, same thing here. I don't know how to just keep talking, because I have to keep explaining what I'm saying, because people will sadly not understand everything I say, because when I say God is guiding you, right, a lot of things will pop up in your mind that is actually from demons pushing you to it, and it's not God guiding you. So just keep that in mind. I'm talking about a situation where it really is God guiding you, in a sense that He's guiding you. Not just, oh yeah, God is guiding me. Because people can say that, but that doesn't mean it's true, correct? Okay. Just everything I say, always take it from a perspective. I'm giving you a story of when it's really the way that it is, not the way humans say it. So when I say, oh, if God is guiding you to something, don't visualize humans who say that same statement, because they say that statement in situations demons are pushing them to sin, and human beings that are not for them, friends or relationships. Demons pull you to bad things. Okay. And it may not be a bad person, it just may not be the person for you. Like, yeah, they push you to things. So when I say it, right, always visualize that I'm talking about an actual situation where that human actually knows 100% this is from God, And not when humans just say it out of their mouth and they're misguided. God has given them enough time to understand. Right? In that situation, then you're thinking, oh my Lord, then when am I going to have it? Like, why is time dragging so much? Because sadly, you misunderstood. It's not something small, especially if you're getting this blessing put into your heart and mind by your Creator, right? God Almighty, after a long time of suffering or after a long separation, etc., after a long time of loss, if it's something worldly, right? And separation, if it's like relationships, there's just been too much problems, right? When then it's your Creator guiding you, right? I'm talking about a situation where it's Him and you know that, not a situation where you just think that way. Okay, because of those problems, right? Because of whatever was the reason that was in the way, because of whatever was causing that delay already in the first place, such as spiritual warfare, demons are attacking you, delaying you as much as they can. It's always their fault, just so you know. But then you're forgetting, right? When you prayed and God is the one guiding you to something good, then you're forgetting, right? Yes, He's guiding you, but you're forgetting that it's not those simple situations in life other times, and you're just gonna get it the next day, or these types of important things, but those times God just lets you have it the next day. These are situations, right, when you notice there's too much resistance, there's too much delay, but you're being guided to it. The reason is you're not supposed to plan. You're not supposed to plan it. It's a situation where God Himself wants to show you the next step by step, as it comes to you. As He renews and changes your mind and grows you and gives you more wisdom, more understanding. If it's a relationship, then He wants you to understand the other person more, before you actually meet and stuff, because then conflict, instant separation. You get me? There's some problem either in you or them or both. So He has to help you, He has to teach you, He has to, change you first, even though morality is corrupted. Because the Bible and the Quran are corrupted, and we all have one God, and He's not Jesus, He's a creator. Basically in the Bible, He's the one they're calling the Father, but He doesn't have a son, and He's not a father, He's a creator. Okay, these two books are His, so these two groups should be in one religion. The name would be Islam, because that is the actual name of the original religion of Adam and Eve. Christianity, see, Christ. It's obviously not, therefore, the religion of Adam and Eve, because it's new. It's based on this person's name. So it cannot be a name humans used in human history. So you already know, if we had to pick a name that has to be from Him, it has to be Islam or some other name. Because it's a generic name that we can take back any time in history, versus Christ is dependent on this person who was a prophet and not a God. And I always say this in my podcast, it's not the first time He's accused of being God's son. Other prophets were also accused of being God's son. It's just that you don't live in that time in human history. History gets erased. All those documentations of that time, it gets erased. You only know a couple of centuries back and forth, some essential big events that took place. Oh, the Mongols here, or the Mayans and the Incas. You just know basic little things. But if you really study things from the Islamic perspective, which I would advise you to do, they are going to help you find these other names, such as, I think his name is Ezra. You know, he was also accused of being God's son. He was a prophet also. And not every prophet and messenger is gonna be mentioned in these scriptures, because that's too many. You get me? Go all the way back to Adam and Eve. Someone was being sent. That's a lot, right? Okay. And sorry if my voice sounds weird. It's because I have headphones and it's windy. So I'm raising my voice. So it's almost anytime I record my episodes, except some of them, my voice is not really the way that it sounds on the actual podcast. So it's gonna go up and down due to the way the headphone is too close to me or too far away. So the solution, therefore, is just for you to just wait and just let God do what He wants in your life. You have to surrender. Something that, you know, Muslims and Christians will tell you to some degree, but Christians sort of talk about it better in terms of life to life daily situations like this, like success or worldly things or relationships. You have to just surrender and wait and let God first work through you what He wants to instill into you to help you become the person you need to be, right? In order to actually have whatever blessing you know He's guiding you that He wants you to have. And Muslims are just gonna usually say, I'm sorry, give me a second. There's an airline flying. It's too loud. Right? Muslims talk about being guided by God and all that, usually in terms of how to actually find Him, you know? Actually find out Allah is your creator. Allah is His name. You can just call Him God, God Almighty, Lord. It's okay, you know? You don't have to be too uncomfortable. Just call Him God in the beginning as you're trying to find Him and pray to Him to guide you. If you're someone right now that's saying, well, I want to take the information that you're teaching, it seems like what you're saying is from God. I'm telling you, Islam is the correct religion. So you just become a Muslim, but don't follow the evil in their religion, and then take the good parts of the Bible, because that is the same God who sent it down. So Muslims are, you know, committing that wrongdoing where they are not respecting that book and taking some information from it. They both have perversions and sexisms. That's the problem first. Then the other evil things that we would link some other name. You know, because perversion, sexism is a type of evil. Then they have other types that they are telling you to do and be, and that God is, etc. They're accusing Him, accusing the prophets, etc. But then that's really about it when it comes to the Quran and, you know, the Hadith books. Except these filthy stories and weird accusations of immoralities, everything is good to go. That's why if Muslims just took that out, their religion would be perfect. Everyone would join. Okay, but then there's still something missing. Since the Quran is corrupted, right? Some knowledge has been taken out about demons and how to fight them and stuff like that. They don't even know how to do that. So a lot of Muslims are possessed. They keep reading the Quran over themselves. That's not going to get a jinn out of you. You need to ask God to get them out. Okay, but these people are committing so much sin. They have so much perversion and sexism. They believe weird things. They do. That's also one of the reasons the demon is possessing them. See that noise right now? That's a demon manifesting. They're doing that intentionally because I'm saying something. That is not random. Literally, when I was trying to say the most important statement, they make that irritating noise. I mean, I see too many of these weird Hellcat type of vehicles or cars everywhere now, but even normal ones are making these annoying noises, which is obviously causing more pollution in the environment. It should be a crime to make noises with your vehicle, because you're hurting people's respiratory system and their ears and their brain and their senses. It causes so much pain, and one day it's going to become a disease. It should be a crime. I know people would say, how can we stop? There's too many of them. They could do that all day. How can someone stop them all day? Just do something to cars or whatever. Just that sort of way where you come up with a way to prevent it rather than treat it. The treatment is too much work. Okay, so I'm sorry. What was I saying? I think I'm going to have to cut this off and Remember what I was saying.